I made my roommate clean the entire apartment by himself, and now he says I can't take a joke. I have a severe peanut allergy. Not the trendy I don't like peanuts thing. The kind where my throat tightens, my skin breaks out in hives, and I keep an EpiPen in every bag I own because one mistake can turn into an ER visit real fast. I've been hospitalized twice. Everyone close to me knows this, especially my roommate Mark, because I told him before we even signed the lease together. Mark has this habit of treating serious things like material for stand-up comedy. He's always poking, teasing, trying to get a reaction. Most of the time I ignore it, but when it comes to food, I don't play around. I've asked him repeatedly not to bring peanuts into our shared space. Not into the kitchen, not onto shared dishes, not onto the counters. He can eat whatever he wants outside the apartment. He agreed, or at least he said he did. But for some reason, he thinks my allergy is exaggerated. He's made comments like, people used to eat dirt and survive, or a tiny bit won't kill you, every time I shut it down. Every time he rolled his eyes like I was being dramatic. Last night, I cooked dinner for both of us. Nothing fancy, just rice bowls with grilled chicken and vegetables. I used separate pans, wiped down the counters, did everything carefully like I always do. When I sat down, Mark was already eating and scrolling on his phone. I took a few bites and immediately noticed something was off. A weird taste, bitter. I froze. I looked down and saw it. Crushed peanut garnish mixed into the sauce. Very finely chopped, easy to miss if you weren't looking for it. My heart started racing. I pushed the bowl away so fast it almost tipped over. What did you put in this? I asked. Mark looked up, grinning. Relax, it's basically nothing. I stood up so fast my chair scraped loudly against the floor. Are you out of your mind? He laughed. Actually laughed. See? You're fine. You didn't even react. I grabbed my bag, checked my EpiPen, and locked myself in my room. I was shaking, not from an allergic reaction, but from pure anger. He'd knowingly messed with my food, something that could have actually sent me to the hospital. To prove a point, the apartment was a mess. Pots, cutting boards, dishes everywhere. Normally, we clean together after dinner. Last night, I didn't touch a single thing. I stayed in my room the rest of the night. I could hear him clanging dishes aggressively, slamming cabinet doors like I was the villain. At one point, he knocked on my door and said, "You seriously gonna be mad over a prank?" I didn't answer. This morning, he cornered me in the kitchen. "So you're just gonna make me do all the cleaning?" I looked at him and said, "You're lucky that's all you had to do." He scoffed and said I was being dramatic, that he'd barely put any in my food, that nothing even happened. I asked him how funny he'd find it if I slipped something into his meal that made his heart race or his lungs close up. He didn't respond, just shrugged and walked away. We're barely speaking now. He thinks this is about dishes. It's not. It's about trust. And once someone proves they're willing to gamble with your safety for a laugh, it's really hard to see them the same way again.